Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. It's me, Adrian. Last time I finished talking to Ron here and found out that he might be Mask to Mask, but only like the face of Mask to Mask because he's been doing the crimes, doing the thievery, but not been planning it. He's not been like the intellect behind it. I think that might be Atme is the most likely person to be the one who's doing the planning. Although, I guess it could be Bullard, even, the murder victim. Where am I going? I think I need to talk to... Right, Adrian Andrews has those psyche locks. And now I have more information about the urn. So I think that'll help me here. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, if we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. I think that Adrian dropped it herself on accident and it broke again, like dropped into the paint. Or she found it broken, I don't know, but she fixed it to be more correct, but didn't get the paint taken off of it. Nick, let's look around one more time. Okay, well, if you insist, let's examine. This is awfully suspicious. The urn box with pink paint on it. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box that the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Yeah, the box was dropped into the paint, and that shattered or re-broke the urn. I'm pretty sure. But let's take a look at this. Or it was sitting on the ground when the paint spilled. So then what? Because the box, like, made that mark there. Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is oddly shaped, and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Yeah, so it was sitting there, and the paint got on it. Which got then also on the urn, maybe? Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. Yeah, I know. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Paint marks. Added to the court record. Completely dry. The box of sacred urn fits in the gap perfectly. I mean, so would most boxes. All you need is a right angle. I'm just saying. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Yeah, we are. And this is moved. Yeah, the statue isn't where it wasn't where it is now when we first came here, right? Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Mask to Mask. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Ami while he stole the urn. Hey, cut it out! You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. Detective Atme said he got hit on the back of the head by the thief. But that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm gonna take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. Yeah, just like you fixed the urn. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Yeah, that feels like it means something specific now. It's like a part of a big signboard. Like it reaches the bird. Oh no, I was trying to look at the paint. Hamburger, yeah. Okay. I think I'm ready to talk to Andrea, or not talk, present. Let's present the Magatama. Let's do it. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. Urn that was submitted. It's obviously not the same. Maybe it's a fake. Right. Do we have any evidence that the urn submitted was genuine? Yeah. Pearl brought that evidence back. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Kurain village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Well, the pink paint. But I wonder how to... Maybe this. So, Mr. Wright. Huh? Why do you think it was broken recently again? Oh, this must have been the wrong thing. Oh, well, because, I just think so. Sorry, but that's not a valid explanation. The hunter has become the hunted. Okay. Well, it was broken recently. Come on, you know it. I'm not willing to yield to you on this point. Get a grip, please. Now I'll ask you one more time, Mr. Wright. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? I mean, it's the pink paint, right? So how do I don't know how to say that if, I mean, I guess I'll try saying this one. Ah, damn it. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna restart unless I run completely out because... Come on. But, like, I know what it is. I just don't know how to explain it here. I mean, it used to say, I am, and now it doesn't. But I don't... Can I just present this again? Oh my god. Okay. Obviously, I don't know how to communicate what the game wants me to communicate. And I guess, conceivably, I don't even have the right thing. I'm gonna check the hint site. Okay, she will now want to know how we know the urn was broken again recently. The text on the urn is the key here. Yeah, I know, but I tried giving the urn, and that didn't count. I do remember. It says, remember that originally it said, I am, due to Pearl fixing it poorly the first time. I do remember that. It now says Ami. Again, find an item that shows how it was before. Oh, do I have a picture of it? Oh, I think I have a picture from the, this. Yeah, when it clearly looked broken. I don't think you could possibly look at this and not realize that it had been broken before. Okay, let's give that. This poster, it was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am, on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Wait. 4? Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last psyche lock so easily. Do you have any proof the urn was broken here? I hope to God that now one of these things will be the correct thing. Well, Ms. Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. Ugh. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? Of course I am. With this. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted in a part of the paint stain. Am I right? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Can't hide from us, Adrian. And I got my health back. Most of it. Okay. Sacred urn. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearlie? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. Of course you do, Pearl. Happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken, on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. Oh my God, Adrian. When I tripped out a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise, and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box, and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. I'm just thinking about the time frame here. 2 weeks ago is before the calling card, but after she hired at me. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure of all Kurain village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Poor Pearl. Oh, Pearls. Also, Pearls, you're like 6. It's fine. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one has seen it since then. Okay. Yeah, broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. But there's something I don't get. When we first came down here, I didn't see any paint stains. Yeah, because the statue was moved over it. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Ami Faye statue. Aha! Yeah, let's ask about that. The Amy Faye statue. Or Ami. The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. But, Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. And at that time, the statue had been moved, and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Andrews wouldn't have moved it. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well then, who was it? Who would have done it, and why? Mask to mask? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved. But why? That is a very good question. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. So then why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. I do not feel equipped to go to trial. Apparently we are. Oh boy. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. What? Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? They say they're going to try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Home. She went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Are we gonna have to, like, defend Atme as well? Or something? What is going on here with the red text? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Maybe it was just Ron. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, no. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait. That's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heist. Yeah, and then they were making fat money off of because they were paying him a pittance for those items and then selling them on the black market for like 10 or 20 times the amount. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Huh? Why not? Why not, Phoenix? Alright, District Court. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Oh, Godot. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judgment in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. What the fuck? I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. What? Life is war. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? No! Yes. Well then. Judge, you said yes, but I don't believe you. Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. No? I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. 17! My dude! But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness. Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... If I remember when Mia was defending me, she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. That's right. That trial we've now seen. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. I am unconvinced that's a good idea. But here we go. Ha! You've got guts, Trite. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it. Didn't you? Well, that's a way to start. Yes. What? No, 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 no. That's not true. Hmm. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Right? Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB's security? Well, It's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. You cannot. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Is this his second cup of coffee? Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Okay. It's a pretty short, thing. Went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m. That's the exact time the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. It ordered you there? It was the first time I had gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this, or take that. Ahaha, why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? I mean, it sounds like we should leave it, but you know what I like to do. I'm gonna press harder. So, what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but... Wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh? Is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure I was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Ms. Delight didn't believe he was mask-to-mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security till a year ago, so I knew where his office was. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? Thank you, that is my response as well. And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? I still think it's important to ask. I want to know, honestly, why he was fired. So, even if it hurts our cause, oh well. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Tessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Oh, shit, buddy. Oh, boy. Ron Delight. You are something. Come again? KB Security had a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. No, I think this is great. I want to know. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby. What else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? It sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Okay. What can I do with this? Let me look at my stuff. Stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Went off once at 1:02 a.m. This list. I'm not sure what to push him on. Like, I've already pushed him on everything, right? Okay. So, it looks like I need to press him again on these things. So, 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what or no. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, what about this one? Ordered you there? Okay. That looks similar. Okay, didn't scare me it was going to cause me trouble or anything. I guess it could if Desi knew. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it's referring to the whole mask to mask thing. Oh, this is new. Tisk tisk, I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was mask to mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if you would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yeah, I would, because Desi. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Ugh, Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Yeah, don't remind me. Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. What the fuck, my dude? That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now, come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Okay. Cup number 3. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing from going public? Okay, that's easy. It's Desi. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret? Don't look so smug, Phoenix. You're digging Ron's grave over here. Oh, a certain person? Ms. Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Oh, but I... Listen to me. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Yeah, Phoenix is doing your job for you, Godot. Ugh, Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Oh. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Yeah, it is. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. What are you talking about? You've done this against Francisca before. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much. Is this your 4th cup, Godot? The motive is clear. Let's move on. Ugh. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Wearing what? When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. Something hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ah, no one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. Have we so far? No, thank you. This must be cup number 4. I should only count it when it comes to his hand. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. Yes, please, that was hilarious. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Okay, cross-examination. At the CEO's office. Okay, when I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow. Who was this suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me. His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win his case. Okay then, how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Oh my god, Ron. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. I remember being a bit dazed. Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Now this, I think, is going to be important because what were you wearing? That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask to mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask to Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. Yeah, he's kind of, what's the word? Like, you assume that he's very shallow, but he actually has a lot of these hidden depths. I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. Oh, I've lost track then. He is changing out more often than when he grabs them. Damn. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Mask to Mask costume. Why were you dressed up as Mask to Mask? Why, because I'm Mask to Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask to Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I had expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Let's press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. Oh, god damn it. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see? This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Poor Judge. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. I understand what he's saying at this point. He's saying Ron is hiding the body because he just killed him. Right. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Ah, well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Poor Judge. Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the Fairweather Judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. Oh my god. I just want to reach through the screen and strangle this guy. Like, so infuriating. Okay. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. Certainly makes more sense. Ugh. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in this testimony either. I bet he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. Just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. I think... Man, I am like out of time. But I think I know what to do. I think with the 10 minutes, I need to present the buzzer being buzzed at 1:02. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Right, because I saw this. Wait. Here, the buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Well, let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Nah, he used to work there. Right? Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, right? Who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Way to rag on your friend there, Phoenix. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here? It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Right, he had been knocked unconscious for a while. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Oh, this is great. I love it when they go back and forth like that. It's so good. But that said, I am out of time. I'm going to have to stop here, and then I will pick this up, and hopefully this will show that Ron really was knocked out. And we'll get further into this the next time. So, see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.